See, what I believe, it's not purely on the education system. We cannot keep blaming about the education system of India. If I'm the industrialist and I need a specific requirement, if I don't convey my requirement to where the raw material is coming from, I think it would be very unfair of expecting, setting up that benchmark, So I should be going and creating a collaborative environment so that I reach out to education system, hey folks, and that's where I think there's a good attempt being made by Government of India these days. They are trying to see that bridging this gap. And I know that STPI and other organizations have tried to work on the program just to initiate, what I find our people require, they call it finishing school. Now, there's a concept called finishing school these days. People, when they are coming to us for interviews, the last thing we want to judge them on what they learned in theories. The first perception goes that is this person has a right attitude. That's the first thing. And can he communicate and can he express himself? Number two, and that has nothing to do with the education system. I think it goes back to the individual who's looking for finding a job itself.
All right, goes to the individual also, Mr. Jain, but if we could talk about that part of it, since you've been co-chairman of ASSOCHAM, partnership between industry and business schools.
Yeah, I think
collaboration.
Yeah, the collaboration is very much important. I think the institute is having the more important role as such, because the way I have seen in the international schools, the way of teaching is not like in India, because I have studied in India also and abroad also. Well, over there, the classroom training is not like the blackboard training as such. The teacher or professor comes and he throws a newspaper on the table and he says, look, so and so company have done this act. What you would have done it? What would have been the solution? Think of it and give me the answer tomorrow.
Real scenarios from the business world.
Exactly.
Does it happen?
Next day, he will be calling the CEO or CFO of that institute or that company, or he will come personally and explain that why he had taken that decision to the students. And that should have integration of industry and managers, future managers have to be there.
Okay, we have some questions. Yes.
Hello, sir. As we are discussing here, so in colleges, if theoretical versus practical knowledge will be available, then I personally think so in my college there is very much focus on the case study and all those things, so that a student can develop his knowledge. But end of the day, if exams comes, all exams will become on theoretical base. The student will be suffer. They can't
you have no choice but to mug up the theory.
So in that situation, if company people are coming to take us and they are asking for the theoretical knowledge, if we have the practical knowledge, we can't express them, then what's the benefit for a student?
All right, point taken. Yes, ask your question.
So my name is Rajat and I'm from Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan. The core question remains that if you have a visiting faculty who is quite close to the industry, what he will tell you is the basic thing is common sense and then build up your theory. But the moment the same subject is being taught by another teacher who is quite well versed in the subject, writes big articles and has a good name in the industry, he will tell common sense comes later, it's the theory that comes first, because whatever equipment you have to go to the industry is the theory. Other things you build down there.
Well, so that's debatable.
I will give you a very small answer to that.
And another thing, sir, what remains is how can we close in that kind of divide? You can have only limited faculty who are visiting.
There is a conflict? You think, Rajat, there is a conflict?
Certainly there is a conflict, because if a visiting faculty is teaching you and orienting you in a specific direction, the moment a regular faculty comes, he will orient you into a different kind of direction.
I'll give you a small example which is more shorter than your question as such. There is a friend of mine, he is running a food processing company since last 50 years and his turnover was hardly 30 crore in 50 years. The guy was not able to increase the capacity of the top line, the sales, because he was not having so much money. He hired a management guy who was the son of his, sir, you change your marketing strategies. So far we have been going to the malls. We have been going to the malls or to the what we say mom and pop shops and sell our products, what we make food processed over there and sell over there. We'll not do that. We'll go to the hotels, we'll go to the dhabas and we will hire 3 vans and all 3 vans will go to the hotels and dhabas and sell our product to them directly, believe me, in 6 months, he has increased his turnover by 130%.
So what
and
is
today,
the moral of the story? Well, they
the
face
moral
these
of the story
conflicts.
is, of course, you guys need the practical training for sure, but beyond imagination, if the common sense is not there,
So the bigger
both the things are not going to work together.
So
you
the
have to
bigger
club both the
question-
things together.
Okay.
Sir, the bigger question that emerges is, even if we had some kind of visiting faculty and some kind of regular faculty, still we cannot have 100% on one
Very
end.
right.
Again, at one end we do not have the conflict, but we face the consequences in the industry. The other is you have both the kind of faculties within your institute, and you face that kind of situation within the institute's education time itself.
As a student, as a management trainee student, what could be a possible solution? What can you really come up with?
Ma'am, as far what I have felt is, you hardly learn something new in management. It's only the concept that you have gathered within your last years of graduation and all. You are just trying to polish them and reorient.
Okay.
So that, yes, you have some kind of edge.
Let me
once
see
you
how
enter.
my experts reacted. Before that, we have some more questions. Very briefly,
I think,
last question, yes.
Institutes and the corporates needs to come on the same platform. There are many institutes which are providing industry visits, summer trainings, real life case studies, etc. So now the remaining gap needs to be bridged, filled up by the corporates. The main function of the HR department is to make the unskilled laborers to skilled laborers. So this is one of the solutions that could be done.
Okay, very good. Yes, Mr.
Just
Giri.
to give you perspective, you know,
Final solutions now. Final solutions. We've got some vital inputs from the management students themselves. That means they have been in fact thinking of solutions also.
see, it's a real life, you know, which recently happened. There's a one of the top school, MBA school in the country, and everybody knows, right? So 20 people got together. They said, you know, all 400 of us, they were taught the same thing. But us 20 people wanted to do something differently, so that when the interviewers come on the campus, so we have an edge. And I remember Jack Welch's statement. He said, you must have an edge. You must be excited about your edge. And you should be able to execute your edge. And the fourth one, you must have energy. But in the absence of our 4 E's, you can never succeed. So you have to find your own edge. Because nobody is going to give you that edge. Because everybody is being trained same way. Only thing is, it's up to the individual. What differently we do. Because that is the bottom line. Because we can keep talking about industry, academia, this or that. I think a lot of responsibility lies on each of us in this room.
But what we are giving them, we are
Okay,
responsible
that
for
is
giving
what
them
I differ.
environment
I think
also.
we need to give the counseling to them.
Yes, yes,
I mean,
I agree with you.
they are the brains. They are full of knowledge. They are full of energy, which, I mean, a person after 50 of us is not going to be.
Even for developing that edge, he
Exactly.
needs inputs.
So we need to give them the counseling at how to develop that edge. We need to sharpen that edge as such, because they are like the flower.
So what you mean to say is, it can't be in isolation.
Exactly.
It can't be one thing
Right.
fitting every solution. So I think industry had to pitch in, academia has to understand, and then of course people have to take their own initiatives. If everything put together, I think we have a solution for bridging this gap.
Final word from you, Mr. Jain.
See,
Industry
I think-
has to pitch in.
I think the industry
Collaborations
have to
and-
come to you, but industry have to be called by your institutes to integrate the edge, which Mr. Upen is saying, to be in your mind that what's your edge. And every edge is different. Believe me, in every one of you, the edge is different. But you have to identify, but for that, we have to help you. And we need to be called
At
to
least
you.
you are agreeing that the help only comes from you. Of course, they have the edge, but they need inputs. Thank you so much, my panelists. I thank Mr. Arun Jain, co-chairman SHM, and also thank you so much, Upendra Giri, founder CEO of Astrovix Corporation, which is a project management company, and my Gen Next audience. Thank you very much. In fact, perhaps when we in 30 minutes, whatever solutions we've really wanted to basically find out, most of it has actually come from you, and I'm sure my panelists will not disagree as well. Thank you all, and with that we wind up, and just to say, do stay tuned to DD News for the latest. But yes, from my entire team of Gen Next, I'll take your leave. We of course will be back next week, but you stay tuned. Namaskar.